Peace. This is White Raptor News Ministries. Tomorrow, I'm going to be doing a lesson covering some of the hidden content that's going on inside of the Bible. Right now, I'm just going to do a Bible reading of 2 Samuel chapter 9. I've just got home from taking my dad to a doctor's appointment, so I haven't had a chance to read this chapter and go through it yet. So we'll just see what comes to mind as I go through it. This is David at Mephibosheth. David asked, "Is there anyone still left of the house of Saul to whom I can show kindness for Jonathan's sake?" Remember, Jonathan was killed. Now, there was a servant of Saul's household named Ziba. They summoned him to appear before David, and the king said to him, "Are you Ziba?" "At your service," he replied. The king asked, "Is there no one still alive from the house of Saul to whom I can show kindness, God's kindness?" Ziba answered the king, "There is still the son of Jonathan. He is lame in both feet." "Where is he?" the king asked. Ziba answered, "He is at the house of Machir, son of Amiel, in Lo-debar." So King David had him brought from Lo-debar, from the house of Machir, son of Miel. When Mephibosheth, son of Jonathan, the son of Saul, came to David, he bowed down to pay him honor. David said, "Mephibosheth, at your service," he replied. "Don't be afraid," David said to him, "for I will surely show you kindness for the sake of your father Jonathan. I will restore you all the land that belonged to your grandfather Saul, and you will always eat at my table." Mephibosheth bowed down and said, "What is your servant that you should notice a dead dog like me?" Why would he call himself a dead dog? This is peculiar to me because the Gentile are those of the walking dead. It's almost the same thing when John at Patmos bows down before Jesus like a dead man. Why are they calling John a dead man? So these are important questions to ask. Anytime you're talking about the dead, you're talking about a ghost. I've been showing you for a long time now that we live in a system that we are the walking dead. Once you're born into this plane of existence, folks, you're born into death. It's the first death. The soul is encapsulated inside of a flesh suit. Your light, your essence, your power has been taken from you once you're born inside of this plane of existence. Well, not that it's been taken from you, but you can take it back. Here's the deal, though. You can't vote for officials to be in office. The minute you vote for an official, mankind, okay? How many times have I showed everybody here? Mankind in English simple gematria comes to 66. Mankind who's born on the sixth day, who's created what? In an image. Genesis chapter 1 verse 27 Bible Hub. So God created man in his own image. Over here in the King James or the NIV, it says, so God created mankind. Okay, I need you to understand that mankind and man are not the same. Though it's said that they are both the same in the scriptures, in the Strong's Concordance. Strong's Concordance 120. So you have the definition of Adam is both man and mankind. I dispute this personally myself. You don't have to be on board with what I'm telling you, but I'm trying to share with you that mankind is kind of a man. It's not a human. Mankind are these that are created in Genesis 1:27, that are created in an image. Again, an image is to shade a phantom. We've been shaded in a skin suit. This is why we cast shadows. Before we are born into this plane of existence, you come from a plane of existence of eternal light. You are a perpetual entity of the Supreme Spirit. And then when you're born into this plane of existence, you're born into death. That's the first death. This is why what's created here on the sixth day of creation is created a phantom. Also pay very close attention that God, this God here is Elohim. Most Christians don't even know who Elohim is. Most Christians don't know who Yahweh is. Most Christians don't know of any other gods other than the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. Now, there are some Christians that do teach of Yahweh, but most Christians teach that you're no longer underneath of the law, and that's a lie. I did not come to abolish the law or the prophets. Now this is Jesus, Yeshua, Yahushai, Emmanuel, Joseph, Josephet, all the different names for Jesus that have been passed down through the time. I do not think that I've come to abolish the law. Okay? Emmanuel says, I haven't, or the prophets, I have not come to abolish them, but to fulfill them. What is the law? It's the Genesis. It's the genitive case. Genitive is the first book. Now, let me be very clear. My understanding of the Bible today is Revelations is a book before Genesis. And the reason why you have the book of Genesis as the first book is because the Gentile have got their hands on the book and changed the scriptures. Also, what is a Gentile? A Gentile, let me show you, dictionary.com. We're going to go to thesaurus here. Is an infidel, agnostic, atheist, heathen, heretics, pagan, unbelievers. So when you come here to dictionary.com and you type in Gentile, you get Christians. So Christians are considered heathen or pagans. If you're worshiping the Christian God, Jesus Christ crucified, then you are a heathen or a pagan. I'm not the one that's saying it. I'm just reading information to you. Take it for what it's worth. You can jump on the truth train, or you continue walking in ignorance and darkness. Okay? A Gentile is anything of or relating to any people not Jewish. Now also, Jewish is kind of, let me explain something. Human are Israelites. You could call them Jews. All right? Gentile, though, wordcraft here, are Jewish because they're Ishi. Generally, those that are in the province of Jerusalem today are Ashkar Nazi Jews. Okay? And they are Gentile. This is why there's so much discord in Jerusalem, and that this plane of existence is eternal war. It's never going to end on this plane of existence unless the Bible is accurate and says that this plane of existence will be destroyed and that a new heaven on earth will erect. Well, you know, you could say that the new heaven on earth has already erected. I can't really see here. These are the pictures that I've put together for tomorrow's stream. This is erect. This is the new Jerusalem right here. A new heaven on earth is created from these pagans. Okay, this is the Catholic Church. Okay, and so that would also include of or relating to any people not Jewish. So the Catholic race are not Jews. All right, the Mormon Church, non-Mormon, not Jews. Everything outside of the Israelites. Let's take a look at the word Israelite. And I've shared this many times. If you break this word down, it could be is Ra. Ra is the sun god. El is the Almighty. And the Israelites are the elites. This is why you have the elite in the word Israel. You're not going to get this kind of information from any Christian ministers. They don't share this kind of content with you. Then the king summoned Ziba, Saul's steward, and said to him, I have given your master's grandson everything that belongs to Saul and his family. You and your sons and your servants are to farm the land for him and bring in the crops so that your master's grandson may be provided for. And Mephibosheth, grandson of your master, will always eat at my table. Now Ziba had 15 sons and 22 servants. Then Ziba said to the king, your servant will do whatever my lord the king commands his servant to do. So Mephibosheth ate at David's table like one of the king's sons. Mephibosheth had a young son named Micah, and all the members of Ziba's household were servants of Mephibosheth. And Mephibosheth lived in Jerusalem because he always ate at the king's table. He was lame in both feet. So I'm going to keep this a short lesson, a short reading. All praise and glory goes to the supreme spirit of truth, the all you can see and all you cannot see, the visible and invisible God. It's very important for you to understand that the invisible spirit is what mankind is searching for through technology. And I'll be going into that lesson tomorrow a little more in detail. So I hope everybody has a wonderful evening. All praise and glory to the supreme spirit of truth. This is White Raptor News Ministries.